Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of our program Africa Today. My name is Rabia. The bulk carrier Brave Commander on Tuesday moved through the waters of the Black Sea. This is the first humanitarian cargo ship to leave Ukraine for an African country since Russia's invasion in February, and it's carrying thousands of tons of wheat. More details on the following story.
The ship Brave Commander has on Tuesday left Ukraine carrying the first cargo of humanitarian food aid bound for Africa since the Russian attacks on the country. Ukraine's grain exports have slumped since the start of the war because of the closure of its Black Sea ports, driving up global food prices and sparking fears of shortages in Africa and the Middle East. Three Black Sea seaports were unblocked last month under a deal between Moscow and Kiev, brokered by the United Nations and Turkey. The Brave Commander, carrying 23,000 tons of wheat, left for the Horn of Africa port of Djibouti. The World Food Programme said that the most important step in combating hunger globally is the opening of ports on the Black Sea. Further cargoes are likely to deliver food aid to countries in the Middle East and the Horn of Africa region. The World Food Programme said that despite the latest developments, the world still faces an unprecedented food crisis, with up to 50 million people in 45 countries on the edge of famine.
Egypt is preparing Sharm el-Sheikh International Hospital to be a model for the first green hospital in the country as part of the country's preparations for hosting the United Nations Climate Change Conference in its next 27th session, COP27 Sharm el-Sheikh next November. And to shed more light, we are having the following story.
Work is underway to upgrade Sharm el-Sheikh International Hospital to become the first green medical facility in Egypt and Africa. Chairman of the General Authority for Healthcare, Ahmed Essouki, said that the hospital was registered as the first Egyptian entity at the Global Green and Healthy Hospitals. Essouki added that the Sharm el-Sheikh Hospital had received quality accreditation from the Egyptian General Authority for Healthcare Accreditation and Regulation. Going green is part of the country's recent preparations ahead of hosting the United Nations Climate Change COP27 in the Red Sea city of Sharm el-Sheikh, slated for 7 to 18th of November. The model of the Sharm el-Sheikh hospital is set to be presented during COP27. Egypt is stepping up its efforts to counter climate change, launching the 2015 National Strategy for Climate Change, which outlines the country's vision on cutting emissions in various sectors to maintain sustainable economic growth.
Indeed, many preparations are taking place ahead of hosting the COP27 conference, which will be taking place next November in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh. To shed more light on these preparations, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Jaylan Sharaf, former Dean of the Mass Media and Information Technology Faculty, Helwan University. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Jaylan. Hello? Yes, Dr. Jaylan, under the auspices of President Sisi, the Ministry of Environment launched the Go Green initiative to raise awareness about the climate change and to urge citizens to preserve the environment. What are your thoughts on this strategy? Yes.
That occurred and young the environment, the natural toxic and the side both have it is known by as referred to by the Ministry of Environment.
Yes.
Under the auspices of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. This initiative raises awareness on the significance of afforestation with recycling food and energy rationalization, air pollution reduction, and plastic use abatement. Go Green Initiative's main goal is to maintain the balance of ecosystems and create a greater window of opportunities, of course, for economic as well as for social development.
Indeed. Dr. Sharaf, what are the various projects and sub-initiatives included under the umbrella of the Go Green Initiative, and how does it go in line with the state's National Sustainable Development Strategy?
This initiative includes green projects. As you know, Egypt is booming with these green projects at different levels, small and medium and mega projects, green projects, like the renewable resources and others also in industry and so on. Which, by other words, we can say that this project, we are going to make products, green products as hydrogen. Also, we are going to develop technology. That means that the manufacturers or the plants will be more technological. Yeah. This will, of course, reduce greenhouse emission gas. This all will support the use of clean energy. Also, this initiative includes planting trees. As you know, there's an initiative that we should have millions of trees all over Egypt, because this will reduce pollution. So it's very important under the umbrella of the initiative Go Green that we are going to boom towards to have projects. Yeah. As you know, also we already launched the green bond to be for the investors to invest in green projects.
Yes. Why actually it is important to raise the awareness of the climate change and to adopt methods in order to preserve the environment among ordinary citizens and not only the institutional level?
Yes, of course, because the citizens are part of this system. So it's very important. We are not, the government is not far away from the citizen, and also the citizen are affected by climate change. So all this is also will be affecting the citizen. So we should have raised the awareness of them to understand the effects of climate change, how it affects on their health, how we facilitate both behavioral change and societal support for the actions needed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So they should be part of this adaptation with climate change, because we all should cooperate with each other to help in minimizing pollution, and of course we will also help in supporting to decrease the global warming.
Yes. How actually can the citizens play an active role in advocating for preserving the environment and taking steps in order to limit the reserves of the effects of the climate change and its reverse?
There is a list. There's a list that citizens can help in solving climate change. Yeah. But I would mention some of them. First of all, let's say that we should reduce using energy, and this also will help us to reduce bills. And this means that we should invest our money responsibly. How we invest our money responsibly? By consuming less energy and water. For example, not to waste water by taking long showers. This is something simple we do every day. So we take short showers, waste less food, turn off computers when not in use, turn off the lights. We should also leave the car and start to take that transportation, walk or bike. Now we are the administrative are making now electric transportation. So the monorail and different support transportation. So So we can use them instead of using the car. This will help also in reducing pollution. Also, we can use the natural gas instead of the petrol. We should respect and protect the green places. So we have many things. We should limit using the plastic bags or the plastic bottles and use glasses or use something different, because all this will help us to decrease this pollution or to decrease the greenhouse emission gas.
Indeed. Dr. The Red Sea city of Sharm el-Sheikh received a $7 million US funding to become a green city for the COP27 gathering. What does it mean to become a green city, and what are the steps needed in order to implement this step?
Yes, this was a grant from the Global Environment Facility, GEF, had been granted for Sharm el-Sheikh to be a green city. As you mentioned in your words now, Sharm el-Sheikh will become an integrated, environmentally sustainable tourist destination. It will be a touristic destination, green touristic destination. There are many means that had been or actions had been taken, like switching to electric for its transportation network. All the network there will be electrical. Developing eco-friendly hotels. All the hotels will be eco-friendly, will be friendly with the environment. All the hotel employees were trained in environmental policies. Restaurants and cafeterias, all of them were incorporated with sustainability, and also the dive centers that aided by environmental practices were rewarded with green stars. This means we have also actions to implement this to make Sharm el-Sheikh green city by using the clean energy as part of the national project for solar cell system. To phase out plastic single-use items, we should reduce of using the plastic. Improve protected areas. The protected areas, we should improve them more. Ensure solid waste management and conserve biodiversity. Also, the campaign had been launched to protect the sea environment and minimize human pressure on coastal reefs, which are seriously damaged as a result of unsustainable diving practices. Also, there is an initiative to plant 10,000 acres of mangroves along Red Sea coastlines, because this will manage and sustain the coastline. Solar energy lighting system will be installed in all the city streets. So there are many works and projects that will let Sharm el-Sheikh a green touristic destination.
Indeed. Dr. Jaylan Sharaf, former Dean of the Mass Media and Information Technology Faculty, thank you very much for being with us and for your very precious input. And our dear viewers, we wrap up this edition of Africa Today with this feature story, where now it's time for this feature story, which is we are having from the African continent.
Sudan is often reviewed as a place of conflict, but the country also boasts unique attractions, from the confluence of the Blue and the White Nile rivers to ancient temples and pyramids. Now Sudan wants to exploit the huge tourist potential. Sudan's Ministry of Tourism said it had a strategic plan for a 5-year in which it would try to develop all the tourist destinations to a high standard with really good facilities. The region boasts a rich history of civilizations and remains, including 3 times the number of pyramids in Egypt. Among the other attractions, Sudan is the site of Moria, the ancient capital of Kushite Kingdom, where there are hundreds of Nubian pyramids. An increasing number of visitors are appreciating the region's potentials and treasures. The first of the huge pyramids in Moria was built by King Arkamani, one over 2,200 years ago. At the peak, the rulers controlled the Nile Valley north to the south over a distance of more than 1,000 kilometers. Excavations have revealed evidence of important high-ranking Kushite burials from the Napatan period between 800 and 280 BC.
Come to the end of this edition of Africa Today. Many thanks for watching.